I get a ton of calls, comments, questions about just understanding business taxes. So I took a compilation of all of those questions and kind of put it into a video for you. LLC versus S-Corp, W-2 versus 1099. Let's dive in. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your tax BFF will talk to you soon. Let's start with the basics. LLC versus a corporation. This is something that is driving some of you insane. You're going crazy. You're like, I keep seeing it. I'm getting misinformation. I have looked on your page. You're saying a lot of stuff that's speaking to me, but I still don't know what to do. An LLC is an asset protection vehicle, period. Okay, an LLC does not have any tax implications one way or the other. So if you're a sole proprietor or you own an LLC, you the same. The IRS is looking for some taxes because you ain't paid any taxes on the money that you made. And every dollar that you do not deduct is taxable income, and you will be paying some employment taxes on it, which is your self-employment tax. Okay? End of discussion about the LLC. The S-Corp is a pass-through entity. The IRS is allowing you to act as a corporation and be a shareholder of your own business. You're saying to the IRS that I made all of this money, but not all of it was employee taxable. You're saying that I generated this revenue, but I'm only paying employment taxes on the amount that I actually took home. Huge benefit, 15.3% of a benefit to you. So there is some immediate tax savings with most people who elect to be treated like an S-Corp, but you first need to understand that these business entities are totally different. LLCs is going right on your Schedule C on the normal 1040 that you've been filing forever. So you will not have a separate business form to fill out. Schedule C is just among all of the rest of the schedules and documents that are on your 1040. Okay? S-Corps, you have to file corporate tax returns. Corporate tax returns are due March 15th. March 15th. You do not want to miss this deadline. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in a little bit, but the number one thing in understanding business taxes is not missing deadlines. So, you're S-Corp and you're trying to save money and you're trying to figure out what loopholes to make sure that you're not spending so much in taxes, and you don't want to pay employment taxes on everything that you earn. And I empathize with you, but you have to understand what comes with that. Before I talk about net income and all of that good stuff, I always ask someone if they're ready. Are you ready? Are you organized enough? Are you ready to start filing quarterly instead of getting all your documents together and scrambling annually? If the answer is, I ain't really ready, or I'm going to try to be, or I hope I can be, or that's my New Year's resolution, I would not elect that S-Corp status just yet. The amount of penalties and fees that you can get just for not filing properly and not being in compliance with this election can take you out the game. Okay? Now, March 15th is also the deadline to have your S-Corp election application in. But before you fret and think that you have to make this decision right now, if you want to be an S-Corp or not, you can still file an S-Corp election with your S-Corp return when you're ready. Okay, so that means that if you miss this deadline, we can, say that you want to take this election for the beginning of 2022, even though you missed that deadline, or even 21, if those penalties and fees are not as great as the savings, and we just attach it to your corporation return. missing a deadline in this case is actually something that is not going to take you under. And in the case of missing the deadline for S-Corp, one of the reasonable explanations that the IRS will accept is, I didn't know I was supposed to file that. Okay? This is the only time they will accept that. They will not accept that with an audit. If you say, I didn't know I was supposed to keep that receipt, you're going to be paying. But you can say, I didn't know I was supposed to file that form. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't get the penalties and fees for not filing your employment taxes quarterly and all that good stuff. But it does mean that they will accept it for the date that you want to elect that status. Big old boom right there for you. So right now, I want you to start thinking about how you are treating your accounting. Do you know what's come in so far? You know, you've only had a couple months in a year. Can you tell me what your gross income is? Do you know what your expenses are? Are you keeping track of anything? If the answer is no, pump your brakes on that S-Corp election. Let's slow it down a little bit. If you're saying you're getting there and you are being more active, you're taking a look at your income and expenses and bills and assets on at least the monthly basis, let's talk about it. So we talked about a ton of stuff, everything I said. I want to leave with this very, very important, probably the most important thing I've said all day. Document everything, every receipt, everything that's on your business bank account statement, everything that's on your business credit card statement. You want to make sure that in the event of an audit and the IRS says, well, what was this $2,000 payment? You want to already have a note on there that you met with this particular brand about this for this long to talk about this and it generated this much revenue. Like, I want you to document stuff like that because not only are we painting the numbers picture to them with your tax return, you have to fill in the blanks with your explanation. So business travel, why did you have to stay for 5 to 7 days? Make it make sense. So that is Business Taxes 101. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. Go to taxteamservices.com/bookappt. It will take you to my site. Book a consultation with me. Let's talk and let's get everybody to pay the least amount of taxes and maximize their revenue. All righty. Have a great day, everybody.